This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. Did you know Fast Growing Trees is America's largest and most trusted online nursery with thousands of trees and plants and over 2 million happy customers? Whether you're planting fruit trees, adding privacy, brightening things up with flowers, or bringing in house plants, Fast Growing Trees has it all. Even better, they can help you find options that are right for your climate, your space, and lifestyle. Click Order Grow. Every plant arrives healthy with the Alive and Thrive guarantee straight to your door. So if you're ready to get planting, this is the moment. Right now, they have great deals on spring planting essentials, up to half off on select plants. And listeners to our show get 20% off their first purchase when using the code WWO at checkout. That's an additional 20% off. Better plants and better growing at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code WWO at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, code WWO. Now's the perfect time to plant. Let's grow together. Use WWO to save today. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. Go to growingfasttrees.com for details.
Welcome to the Backpacking Blisters podcast. We are a family-friendly show that is tips and tales with a sense of humor. With me today is the owner of Marion Outdoors, a gear store on the Appalachian Trail. He's a YouTuber, podcaster, and a man known as the Willy Wonka of backpacking. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to jump off. I'm just going to like dig in right away because the Willy Wonka thing's really interesting. So which of the following Willy Wonka scenarios best describes you?
Okay.
A, singing backpacking songs and making a mess when people visit your store. B, yelling at kids who disappoint you.
Definitely A. I sing songs, I make a mess. That's perfect for me.
I just imagine, like, Willy Wonka backpacking. You got a store, so I just imagine like you're just like knocking things off shelves and getting people excited
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, you should see after I make a video what this place looks like, and I spend like an hour cleaning it up. So that's definitely me. I sing a lot of songs too. I'm actually I was in musical theater before all this.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I've actually written Backpacking the Musical. That'll be coming out later this year on YouTube.
Wait, are you being serious?
I'm totally serious.
Do you have like a couple, like, I don't know if this is too much to ask, but do you have a couple of lines from any song?
They're all satire. So it's all like, I released one of them. So it's going to be like a park ranger teaching hikers before they get on the AT. Leave no trace. And then I've got a song about a bear hang. It's crazy. I'm not sure how it's going to come out, but it's been fun writing.
That's an interesting background. So you're obviously very comfortable on camera. You've got a fun character who's talking backpacking, and you just got a fun YouTube channel, social media setup. So how the heck are you also a gear store owner? What's going on with that? Like, how does that happen?
I don't know how I do it.
Okay.
No. I mean, the whole business plan was to create content for the shop to market.
Right.
It's just that it turned into something else. So my goal is to eventually be hands off at the shop and just create content because that's what I'm loving. I love doing it.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be in charge of what comes in the shop because I've curated this store that has stuff that you can usually only find online.
Right.
And that's what I love about it. So, and we've got the hiker hostel upstairs to bring AT hikers in and let them rest and shower and stuff like that.
How much does it cost to stay at the hiker hostel?
$35 plus tax for a bunk. Private room is $70 plus tax. And then we also have an apartment for hikers, which is $100 plus tax.
Okay. Because your store's literally right next to the Appalachian
Yeah,
Trail.
we're about 7 miles from the trailhead, but we're right downtown Marion, Virginia.
Right.
We're the next town after Damascus where hikers resupply. So they're coming in town anyway.
Okay.
There's a town bus that brings hikers in. So, and we like that we're right downtown where there's restaurants and stuff to do for hikers.
Wait, do they drop the hikers off? Does the bus go right to your front door of the shop?
Yeah. Yeah, they drop us off right in front.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just
wanted to
drop
stop.
them off. They probably need some gear, and they probably want to stay. And
That's right. Well, I mean, we also pick people up because it only runs every 2 hours. So, we'll get a
Oh.
call every once in a while in between. We're like, sure, we'll come grab you.
Okay.
We've got shuttle drivers.
I got to ask you about this because this has been kind of an ongoing storyline on our show, or maybe I'm making it more of one. So my parents live in Virginia, so I've got a Virginia connection. And when I go there and visit, I'm staring at all the Virginia license plates, and I'm embarrassed for Virginia. Virginia is for lovers.
It is.
That's an embarrassing license plate. I can't be the only one that thinks that, right?
Come on. You have to think lovers in the good way, not like, romantic way.
I'm not. I wasn't thinking bad way. I just think it's an embarrassing license plate.
I love it. I'm a big fan of it. We got the big love signs everywhere. Yeah, we're for lovers,
Okay, so Virginians are embracing it's what you're saying.
I think so.
Am I the only person to bring this up?
I've never heard that. I've heard we have a lot of like license plates with like, their custom names on them. That's embarrassing.
Custom names?
Like they'll change the license plate number to their name or I am hiker kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? That's everywhere in Virginia.
But isn't that every state though?
I don't know. I've just seen it a lot in Virginia, less so in other states.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know,
all right.
but
that's
embarrassing to me.
I figured I'd ask. Apparently I'm in the minority on this one, but
I don't know.
All right, we've kind of. I just wanted to dig in so we know you've got the credibility to hit on this episode's topic. The first 5 things a gear store sells to overloaded thru hikers. So we're gonna get to that here in a moment. This episode is brought to you by Enlighten Equipment, the gear you can't find at Marion Outdoors. Check out their Ultralight quilts at enlightenequipment.com. I say that, but you just said that you only have online, like mainly online stuff that you can't find.
We have Enlightened Equipment.
Okay, so I'm wrong about that. So you can find it at Marion Outdoors.
Yeah, you absolutely can. MarionOutdoors.com.
I didn't even know they sold it. Like, we're the podcast for Enlighten Equipment. I didn't know they sold in stores anywhere.
Absolutely. There's a few stores that sell them now. Yeah, we've got the Torrid jackets, the Enigmas and Revelations, their rain skirts and stuff like that. Yeah, we've been selling them for about 3 years.
All right.
That's right.
All right. Lacking knowledge on my part then.
All good.
Okay, so before we get into the main part, I just want to hit on a couple of videos that you put out recently, including one that was just literally just out about backpacking gear a store owner actually uses.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us one piece we'd be surprised to find in your pack?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've got a few of them, but I think you'd be surprised by how heavy my sleeping pad is, which is the Neoloft by Thermarest.
Oh,
but the one thing, I love that thing. But I think the thing that you'd be most surprised, and I'm kind of surprised I've taken it, is this Hover Air X1 drone. I'm not, I know drones are bad for the environment, but what I love about this one is that it stays right next to you. So I don't have to, hike it and then come back and get my camera.
Right.
It'll follow me up the trail.
Right.
So I don't use it like a regular drone where it flies up and stuff like that. I just have it stay in front of me and I can hike forward and it'll hike and I can be talking and I don't have to have a cameraman and I don't have to run back and grab my camera.
Okay.
So it's all, real. I'm not faking walking up. And
that is very surprising. So you have it's almost like a drone friend flying next to you.
Yeah, my little drone friend.
Yeah.
It fits in your pocket too.
I mean, I've seen videos. I think it even fed Google advertisements for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much does that weigh? Is that under a pound?
Yeah, definitely under a pound. I had the weight in my head the other day, but I forgot it now. It's not bad. But I have hikers who go out and tell me what gear I need to be buying. And he came in with one of those and he's like, this would be great. And I was like, are you sure? It's a drone.
Wait. They're coming to their shop and they're like, you know what you should have?
Well, I have them out there. What are hikers using? And they'll text me different things. And he happened to walk in with it following him. It's like, what is happening? So
that's what I'm envisioning. Not only am I envisioning it following you, but I'm envisioning that you're hiking by yourself, talking either to it or talking to something, and then somebody encounters you and they're like, what is happening here?
That happens to me all the time.
Okay.
What is that guy doing?
Yeah, because I still think it's weird when people are talking and like they're talking to somebody on the phone, but you can't tell because they get their AirPods in or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just look like they're talking to themselves. I still think that's weird. So I know I'm probably old school in that.
No, I feel the same way, but a lot of people just, it's part of life now.
It is part of
But
life.
I'm still embarrassed to film in front of people, so I'll quickly like grab it and turn off my phone and just pretend
Nothing to
like
see
I'm
here.
not.
Nothing to see.
Nothing to see. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
me.
it is weird to film in front. I don't know. I do. Well, here's what I find weird is because like some of the spots where if I'm filming like an intro or something, or even if I'm taking like promo pictures for like our episode, I'm next to a trail that's very like regularly used, and people are passing me, and they got the camera set up, whatever, tripod. Nobody's ever like, what are you doing? Nobody's ever interested or curious. I just wonder what happened to our society where nobody's like, yeah, I wonder what's going on over there.
It's expected now. Everybody's vlogging and everybody's making content. Everybody's on social media. I think it's just normal
maybe.
now.
I always think, I guess my like stereotype is the person taking like the selfie shot with the phone, but they don't usually have like the full
True.
gear out there, do they? A selfie stick?
No,
maybe?
not all the gear. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they think you're marketing something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm just a curious person,
Yeah.
so I always ask. So
No, I get it.
anyway, all right. That was a good one. That was a really good answer, number one. All right, next one I got
Thank you.
is you put another video, the worst customer versus the best employee. I just thought this idea was great. What are some characteristics of the worst customer?
All customers are amazing, but
They're always right.
all the customers are always right. No, not always. The worst customers come in here to test my employees. Like they know a lot about gear. They've watched
Okay.
YouTube videos on it, and they come in here to test exactly what, do you know what the weight is? Do you know about this? Those are the worst customers.
Like on the spot. Wait. I want the weight. I want the specs. All that
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Did you know this was in? I don't know. It's more annoying than worst.
But wait, those can't be the thru hikers coming into your store, though.
No,
I feel like those people would be like tired and exhausted and wouldn't want to do that.
no. It's usually people traveling through or like college students. We have a college student that comes in and spends like 6 hours testing us, and then he'll buy like a 25-cent Luco tape strip after 6 hours in here. So
Okay, so there's this like this came out a few years ago. This cartoon. It's like Far Side, I don't know, style where it's like the store clerk comes up to the customer and is like, "Hey, can I help you?" And the customer's like, "No, I know more than you."
Yeah.
And so
it's that.
this is how it's playing out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. But it's more like, but the cartoon's more like, leave me alone. I just want to shop because I know what I'm doing. But you're getting the other end of it where it's like, all
Yeah.
right, let's see what you really do know.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know more about backpacking.
Gotcha.
Why don't you have this kind of pack in here?
Yeah. I wouldn't even think to do that, to like test them.
Do you know about this company? Why don't you have that in here? Yeah.
Right. What do you have like any, like what's a test question that you've gotten?
Well, the worst ones are, do you know about this company that I've actually looked into but can't get because they're not selling wholesale? Like
Okay.
Kettle Mountain sun hoodies. Those are the best. Why don't you have those in here? Like, well, I own
shit.
some, but I've reached out and they don't have a wholesale account yet. But eventually
Okay.
we will, sir. Eventually we will.
Yeah. Why don't you spend $5 first, and then I'll tell you the answer to that.
Right.
All right, well, let's jump in. All right, I wanted to role play this. All right, so I'm the frustrated thru hiker. I've been like, I don't know. The stereotype is they're chucking their gear in the woods,
Hope
and they're coming in, and they're just like, I've had enough. I don't know if I can make it. So here, I feel like I got to get in character here. So I open the door. I come in. I encounter you. I'm like, man, my pack's too heavy. This trail's too hard. I'm having a hard time. I'm like borderline meltdown right now. All right.
All right.
So what do you do? What do you say? What's going on here?
Well, first, if they're through hiking, we offer them a Coke and say, have a seat. Let's relax and talk for a second.
Okay, so you're going to give me
So-
yeah, I'll take the Coke. Thank you.
You'll take the Coke, you sit there, you're drinking it. It's nice because you're hot and frustrated and you get this nice. The goal then is they need rest. They need a shower. They need a second to get past this frustration. So the goal is, hey, do you want to stay in our hostel tonight?
Okay.
I can't afford it. We have a Marion Trail Angel project. It'll pay for one night for you because it seems like you really need this.
Wait. Are there really three hikers that can't afford it? Because
I mean, sometimes, sometimes it'll be, we
All
really
right.
like you. And they're like, no, I got to keep going. It's like, it's okay. Well, we got you tonight. Stay and take a break. You're really frustrated. I think you need a break. So then my goal is to get them to Bunny, who's our hostel manager. And she is
Okay.
amazing with through hikers. She's hiked the trail 3 times. She has this way of making hikers look at it from a different point of view so that they do go, okay, yeah, I do need a break. No, you're right. Maybe I should give it another shot. I'll go down
Right.
and talk to coach about what gear we'll do a pack shakedown. We'll go through their gear. I'm not there to like make them spend money. I'm there to let's keep as much as possible. But hey, this is what's.
But you got a store, so you got to sell them something.
I do. I mean, yeah. Eventually, they'll probably buy something, but I want them to know, like, let's try to make your gear work, but this you should really probably change.
Okay, so yeah, and I guess that's what I'm wondering is what are the pieces of gear that you're seeing over and over again where they're like, okay, this is the one we keep on having to look at to change.
Shoes, for one thing.
Okay.
They're still figuring out their shoes 500 miles, and it's the feet that are getting them off the trail. They're getting blisters. Their feet are in pain. So I let them try on every single pair of shoes in here, and we find something that hopefully will work. And again, it's all an educated guess because you won't really know until you're like 50 miles down the trail if those shoes are working for you.
Right.
Other things, their tents are too heavy. Their backpack's not working. Maybe it wasn't sized correctly. They went to a place that didn't even measure their torso and just gave them a pack and they packed it and went. They're not packed correctly.
Okay.
Like, how can we optimize where the weight is in your backpack? There's a lot of that. Trekking poles usually need replacing when they get here because of the rocks and roots on Mount Rogers and Grayson Highlands. I replaced a ton of trekking pole tips.
Okay.
They're carrying too much clothing. We're for the Nobo bubble. We're right where people start to switch out for summer gear. So they'll send home their winter stuff and possibly buy, a 40 or 50 degree inlined equipment quilt to lighten the load.
Right.
They're ready to go ultralight by the time they get here.
Okay. So
there's a lot of, lowering base weight as well.
First one you mentioned was the shoes. Now, is there a particular brand of shoe? Like, what comes to mind would be somebody who's wearing ultras, and then as a result, maybe they hadn't ever had a zero drop shoe before, so now they're having like Achilles problems, or
we have a lot of that. So ultras and topos are probably the most popular on trail, and that's what we have here.
Okay.
Ultra and topo both make a zero drop shoe, but now they're starting to make a 3mm, 4mm, 5mm, which is a great way to work down to zero drop. So I would try to put them in the 5mm topo Ultra Venture with some great stack height, or the Vista with great stack height. And because of the rocks and roots, maybe the bottom of their feet are hurting because they're in Lone Peaks, which have, you have to have some strong feet to wear Lone Peaks on the Appalachian Trail. So I get them in those.
Okay.
If that's too high of a stack at the moment, I would go to the Ultra Experience Wilds, which is a 4mm drop with a great stack height. Those are pretty popular. And then there's Terra Ventures that are 3mm topo Terra Ventures, one of my favorite topo shoes.
Okay.
And then if you are ready for zero drop, maybe you're in a Lone Peak and you actually need the Olympus because the rocks and roots are killing your feet. So we get you in a higher stack height.
And you mentioned that maybe their pack doesn't fit as well, which, I mean, maybe they, it could have just been they bought it online. There's a lot of online packs. You can't try them on ahead of time. And some of those online companies don't even have like return policies, so they're just kind of sticking with it. So if you swap out a pack, what's like your number one, number two most common pack you're going to give them? You're going to say, you don't want this one, try this one.
Again, it depends on what their issue is. For comfort and like sweat, maybe there's too much sweat, I will look at a pack like an Osprey Exos with the air vent in the back. Okay. And maybe this is their first big hike, and I go with a more beginner pack. But if they're through hiking, their pack doesn't fit, Our most popular pack is the ULA Circuit
Okay.
Ultra. It's waterproof. We sell more of those than any other pack.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That, and if they're okay with not waterproof, the Gossamer Gear Mariposa is
Yeah.
our second bestseller.
Okay.
Then if they're going ultra, we also have Hyperlight and Light AF, and it really depends on their circumstances, what they're looking for, how big, how small. We'll measure them, make sure we're sizing them correctly, have them pack up their entire pack, walk around the store for an hour just to make sure it's working out as best they can. Because again, you won't really know until you're 50 miles down the trail, unfortunately.
Right. Okay.
Which is why don't make the AT your first trip. Figure it out. Try to figure it out before.
Good luck with that advice. There's people that are like, I can do it. I read A Walk in the Woods. I'm heading out there.
He didn't finish.
He didn't finish, and there's, again, people checking pack stuff into the woods. So,
yeah.
All right. The third thing that you mentioned was they're not packing their pack right. So what's a common mistake people are making as far as like where they're putting stuff in the wrong spot?
They're throwing all their heavy stuff at the bottom of the pack.
Okay.
Heavy stuff should go in the mid back.
Right.
You put your sleeping bag, all your clothes at the bottom as a cushion for the heavy stuff, which is usually like food, cook kit. That should go in the middle because food's going to be heavy.
Right.
And then your tent on top, because that's the first thing you grab when you get to camp. And my goal for hikers is they don't have to open their main compartment of their pack until they get to camp. So everything they'd use during the day should be on the outside of their pack.
In the pockets and things like that.
And there's usually a giant front pocket and then the side pockets.
Okay.
That way, you can grab your water filter on the go, grab water, fill it up, maybe have your water bottle on your shoulder strap pocket.
Right.
Stop for lunch. You've got your lunch already set up in that big back pocket in the back, and all you have to do is grab it real quick. You don't have to unroll, pull out the tent, pull out your food bag to get to your lunch.
Okay.
You got snacks in your hip belt pockets, stuff like that.
I mean, your store sounds legit, man. Like it's, a lot of times when I go to gear stores, especially that are near national parks, they're kind of just mini versions of REI or they're kind of the big box stores, but that is not your store. You've got like the high end, just the brands, like you said, that are typically online.
Our goal is to have those brands, but also have budget options for people who can't afford those brands.
Okay.
High quality budget. And the reason why I made this store like this is because I was going into all these outdoor stores and it was all the same big brands and it wasn't stuff people were actually using on trail.
Right.
It's like the outdoor, it's people who wish they were outdoorsy, all those clothes. Oh, I should get a backpack. I'll get a nice Osprey Talon backpack because it's outdoorsy and I want to look outdoorsy.
Right.
So it's the outdoor lifestyle stuff, not the actual technical equipment that people were using on trail. So that's why I created the store the way I did.
Yeah. Well, do you get those? Do you get those stories like after the fact? They made it all the way. Your store was a key moment on their trip, which was kind of like a make it or break it. And so they reached back out to you. Do you get a lot of the follow-up?
We get a lot of that. We get a lot of postcards with stories on the postcard. Okay. We actually get a surprising amount of hikers who will, after they're done with their hike, come back and stay at the inn for a few weeks to kind of decompress and process their hike.
Oh, wow.
And we let them hang out up there and figure it out because it's a big change going from the trail back to real life.
For sure.
And that's where like post-trail blues comes in. So it's a good transition spot. Come back here.
Who are these people that have not only the time to hike the whole trail, but then have a few weeks extra at the end to just hang out? Like, are we talking like retired folks or who are these people?
The majority of the people on trail are retired or right out of college, right out of high school.
Okay.
So they've got a little break. They're still maybe on, their parents' money, or they've got their retirement fund, or they've got a job that they can take with them. Like a lot of people will bring their computers and work in the hostel. Like I need to work for a couple of days. I'm staying for a few days.
Wait, are they backpacking with their computers or are they sending it ahead?
No, they've got their laptop so that they can do their remote job.
What?
It's a thing. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They make it work.
So
they're taking a leave of absence from their job.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a lot. Like you're focused on like, can I get to point B today? And then at the end of point B, by the way, I'm going to put in some hours of work That's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's a lot to manage, but they do
Okay.
it. If they really want to hike the trail, they'll make it work.
So how many, like, what's the heaviest computer you've seen out there? Like, you're talking a couple pounds?
Oh, laptop. Usually they get like the smallest MacBook you can buy.
Okay.
Although we've had some who just go to the library in town.
Okay.
They find towns with libraries and go to that computer, or they work on their phone.
Yeah. As an employer, that's what you want, is you want somebody who's going to randomly be working at a library in town periodically on whatever you hired them for, right? That's what I'd be looking for an employee.
As long as they're doing their work, you know.
It might get done like on their next rest day, and if there's good library internet in some remote mountain town.
And there's not a lot of internet out here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Well, that's super insightful, and yeah, kind of crazy some of this stuff going on there. So I guess I was thinking that in my mind, I was like, all right, you're going to go through their pack and you're going to pull out, whatever, like the medium-sized fuel canister. You don't need this because typically they're going to be getting away with a small fuel canister or things like that, where you're just like, you don't need, like, you're just telling them, like, stop it with this kind of a thing.
Like a medium-sized fuel canister is more cost-efficient.
Right.
You're getting more for less, but it doesn't fit in your pot, and you can't, it takes up more space if you're getting a medium one.
Right.
And I'll mention that, but they're like, I'm going to save money and keep the big one. It's like, totally fine.
Right. Okay.
Let's look at your clothing. Do you really need this? Are you really wearing it? Are you actually using it? Can you not use it?
Yeah.
Send that home. Send that stuff sack home.
Right.
You don't need a stuff sack for your sleeping bag. Just stuff it in the bottom. Make it a good base for everything above it.
Is there something, though, that you've pulled out over your time at the store where you're just like, really? You really brought, like, you've been carrying this since the beginning?
The first year we had somebody with canned beans. Like, they're bringing a can of beans. And they're like, No, they didn't start at the very beginning.
Okay.
They started in Damascus and they got to us. Because usually, there's some great outfitters that where you stop and they'll give some good shakedown hikes. So by the time they get to us, they usually have gotten rid of the strange things. I've heard of a hiker carrying a leaf blower. I've heard of a hiker carrying an easy bake oven. There's a guy named Brick that carried a brick the whole way. People are carrying full-size guitars. And they're like, I'm not sending my guitar home. I'm keeping it.
Okay. Right. Which is, it's like a morale booster at camp. So I get the guitar and I get Brick if you're trying to create just kind of some weird story about the character. Yeah, the persona, whatever. But the leaf blower, are they blowing leaves out of the way as they're hiking down the trail?
I think it was like a social media thing.
Okay.
Because that get well known in the hiker community and his trail name was Leaf Blower. So people do some strange things out here.
Growing up in California is like, one of the reasons you go backpacking is to get away from the leaf blowers. Like there's just the noise, especially in Southern California. The noise is, you just can't get away from it. So to have somebody like chasing you down the trail with a leaf blower, would be my nightmare, I think. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
It's like people playing loud music on trail. Like, let's just be out here, enjoy the peace and quiet.
For sure.
So.
From the store owner's perspective, what's an up-and-coming gear company or piece of gear that we should know about them? Maybe not everybody knows about.
I've enjoyed working with Igneous Gear. So I've actually been talking to them about creating products and how they do it. And I think they're up and coming. I think they're really small right now, but he's got a brain to create products. So he's going to keep coming out with products and he'll blow up eventually. Like it's a slow process making products. So Igneous Gear, and then this new company, Deadwood Gear, that I found on Etsy. He's found a way to transfer fuel from a fuel canister into an air horn canister. So he's going to start mass producing these air horn canisters, these 1.4 ounce air horn canisters with fuel in them already. It's dangerous to do. Be careful. Watch his, video on how to do it before you just start going to do it. So that's going to lower your base weight by like a half a pound.
Wait, so basically the thought is that you're carrying, it's just like a smaller fuel canister?
The air horn canister is so much lighter than the metal fuel canisters.
Oh, it's like a thinner wall?
Yeah. thinner wall.
Okay.
And you could fit like 4 of them in your pot if you needed to, and it's still lighter. Or
Okay.
if you're going for a night, you just stick one in there, and he's got these little stands where you can stick your lighter and your BRS stove, and it slides right on in there with the lid on it.
Wow.
So that's interesting. I'm hopefully going to do a video on how to do that transfer, and then say don't do this at home because it can blow up on you.
Okay, so here's how you do it, but don't do it, basically.
Yep, but don't do it. Let me do it so you don't have to.
If the issue is like a thinner wall, then why wouldn't the fuel canister companies come? Like, I mean, I don't know. They all kind of make the same thing, the isobutane fuel, and there's different brands. Like Jetboil is making them, MSR is making them.
I know.
So you think like, well, if we want to stand out, why wouldn't they make them? Is there an issue with that?
There must be some sort of regulation on how they can, like how thick the metal needs to be. But Deadwood Gear, I talked to him on the phone last week, and he's like finding ways to get around those, or because it's very little fuel, he can get away with the smaller, lighter canister.
Is somebody going to blow up on the trail at some point?
I mean, at some point, I can't tell, probably, but not because of that.
Like that. This
Not
seems
because
like
of that.
if you're like, hey, be careful, don't do this at home.
It's about the transferring, not to do at home. He's going to go ahead and transfer it for us. So then it'll be like carrying a regular fuel canister.
Do you feel comfortable carrying this fuel canister, I guess is my question.
Yeah. I've actually done it a few times. I've transferred. I've used it. It's just more about what's in the air canister before, like you have to get the air all the way out of it.
Right.
And then you have to like put a little gas and then get that out. So depressurize it for isobutane.
Okay.
There's just a long,
science.
There's some step, and then if you leave air in there, that's when it can become combustible.
Okay.
So you just got to make sure, use your flip fuel to drain it, and there's just a lot of steps. Which is I say watch his video on how to do that before you try it.
That's interesting.
And then, I'm when I'm doing it, I'm wearing like big goggles.
Yeah.
You gotta be safe.
Yeah, you gotta wear bomb-proof suit, all that stuff. So interesting. All right, well those are great. All right, thanks for sharing those. I definitely want to check out more gear from those companies for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna put Coach through the lightning round right after this. The lightning round is brought to you by Magnet Designs. Check out their Bend Alpha sleeping bag liner that also works for quilts. You can add it to your bag or quilt to increase the warmth rating without having to buy a whole new setup. It can also be used by itself if you're going on hotter summer trips or if you just want to take a daytime nap. At 7 or 8 ounces, the Bend Alpha liner can be a versatile piece to your gear collection. Check it out by Googling Magnet Designs. Lightning round, you got 1 minute to answer as many questions as you can related to backpacking or not. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right. Timer starts after I ask the first question. Here we go. Which treat from the Wonka's Chocolate Factory would you most want?
Gummies.
The best smell.
Oh, that's a good one. Coconut.
The best thing about Virginia.
The Wild Ponies.
A favorite childhood TV show.
What's that called? Bobby's World.
How long can you hold your breath underwater?
Oh, I'm pretty good at this. Let's say 2.5 minutes.
What was your most recent nightmare about?
I haven't had a dream in like 10 years. Being on a dock that's on fire and there's sharks in the water.
Your favorite age?
27.
A non-backpacking related skill you have?
Tap dancing.
Your favorite trail snack?
Peach rings.
And time. All right, you were above average. I think you got 9 on that one. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
And very interesting answers. So let's go with the most recent nightmare. So you're on the dock. The dock's on fire. You got sharks in the water. Who were the sharks, do you think, in your life at that time that you had that nightmare?
I mean, just all the stress. That's been a recurring nightmare I've had, which is why I said that since I was a child. And I feel like I don't dream anymore, but the last time I had it was before my kids were born.
Okay.
It's just, I was in a stressful job dealing with that and like walking this long dock between a fire and sharks.
Wow.
And I always wake up when I start to fall in the water.
Wow. So are the sharks like your boss, you think?
Probably that as well. I've never really like dug into the why, and
I know I'm digging it right now.
I just look at it as I'm stressed out. This is why I'm having this dream.
Okay.
Maybe I need a new job. Maybe I need to be my own boss.
Here
I
you
am
are today. Okay. I mean, I would imagine there's still some stress involved in owning a gear store. So
even more so. It's just a different stress that I can control.
Okay. Gotcha.
I had no control over the stress before. Now I can okay, I'm going to take an hour break here and go on a hike and de-stress because I work my own hours. I don't have to be here.
I want to talk
it's
to
nice.
the drone for a little bit.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I'm going to make a video today.
Okay. What was so great about when you were 28 years old?
27. I just felt like I was in the peak of my physical health, mental health. I was living in Chicago and New York that year. I was going backpacking a lot. I remember I was living out of a backpack and I was working in theater at the time, and I had work every single month. So I was traveling around, going and doing plays. I didn't have a place to live. So it was kind of like I was a vagabond going and doing shows. And I was just allowing life to happen.
Right.
If that makes sense.
And now you're hunkered down, kind of the opposite.
Now I'm hunkered down. I got the wife and kids. I'm still feeling good.
Yeah.
But there was just something about 27 that it was like everything just clicked.
Yeah. What are wild horses? Does it say wild horses running around Virginia?
Yeah, in Grayson Highlands.
Okay.
Yeah, there's wild ponies, I guess I should have said.
Ponies. Okay, wow, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And what was your non-backpacking related skill, you said?
Tap dancing.
Tap dancing. Okay.
I started tap dancing when I was 2 years old, and I was a professional tap dancer as well as choreographer out of college. I toured with a dance company.
Is there ever a scenario where somebody's coming to your store and you're like, hang on a second, before you have any questions, I got a little performance for you?
If it comes up, I'll end up tapping for people. We've had open mic nights where somebody will play guitar and I'll tap a little bit.
Open mic nights at the gear store?
Oh, yeah. We have First Fridays and of course.
Okay. Have you put in your application for the most interesting man in the world? Because I think you could qualify.
I don't know. I have not. Somebody else would have to do that.
You've got a lot of interesting things going on for sure. So, all right. Well, we got a couple tidbits for this episode. First, we've got one of our buddies, Mike from Michigan, put out a video on how to do the Catalina Trail. I'll have that linked in our show description. And then, Coach, can you tell us what you've got coming up on socials, YouTube, your podcast, anything you want to share about?
I've always got short videos going on all the socials. I've got a long YouTube video coming out every Wednesday from now on.
Okay.
I've got the Chafed Outdoors podcast. Go check us out. I interview small brands, interesting people. It's about outdoor activities worth getting chafed for. And come visit us at the shop. You can also order online at marionoutdoors.com.
Okay. And we'll have links in the show description. You can check him out. He's been pretty easy going on the show, but he's a character when you catch him on any of those videos there. So
you got to keep your attention.
That's right. Remember, folks, it's risky going to a new gear shop because you never know what's in store. Have a good week and God bless.
B&B. Yeah, you can tell I've been having to raise my voice a lot at kids lately. We are 1 week away from spring break. My voice is cracking all over the place. But guess what's not cracking? Jennifer's faith in God, my faith in God, because God's sustaining it, not because of me, because of him. So thank you again for all the prayers. She continues to improve. Now we're working on getting her ready to drive again. It's been a year and about a week and a half. It looks like she might be able to drive in maybe a month or two. So that's pretty awesome. Something else that's not cracking. Backpacking gear shops. What's the best part about backpacking gear shops? Well, I would say Number 5, the gear. Right? There's all sorts of gear at gear shops. You know that. And you get to choose from a lot of it. I've been on a few mission trips. It's been a long time, but gone to other countries, and you go into a shop in other countries. And if there's, 20 items that you can buy for a reasonable price, that's a miracle. Then number 4, the best part about gear shops, the people that help you out. Now, if you get a fake salesperson, like at REI, like a guy named Karel Mandriali, you're going to get expert top help. So that's good. Number 3 at gear shops is definitely the food. A lot of times at gear shops, there's food. I mean, even if it's just snack food and stuff like that. Why do I say food? Because I like food. Really and truly, that's pretty much why. Number 2 best thing about gear shops is that now when I go into them, I actually kind of know what I'm looking for. How'd that happen? Because I listen to the B&B. I listen to Carl's expert advice, and Derek's, make it up as he goes, fly by the skin of his teeth. Between those two, you can't go wrong. And then obviously all the experts that they have on the channel, the B&B channel. I mean, just come on now. How can you not know what to look for? I didn't even know what Durston gear was. Now, thanks to their interview with Dan Durston, I know what it is. Now, okay, number 1 thing, best part about gear shops is me actually making it to one. I haven't even been to REI, which is the only gear shop I ever go to. I haven't been there since spring break of 23, and we're approaching spring break of 26. We're 1 week away from that. So it's been 3 years. Maybe this isn't the most comprehensive list because it doesn't really come from personal experience, but there you go, B&B.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.